Hello students, we are on chapter 8, the lumber room, the fourth part of the story on page number 107. Okay. So often and often Nicholas had pictured to himself what the lumber room might be like. That region was so carefully sealed from youthful eyes and concerning which no questions were ever answered. So that means Nicholas and the other children were quite curious about the lumber room. Okay, to find out what was there in that lumber room, and no children were allowed to go in that particular room, and the aunt, especially the aunt, was closed that particular room, and no one answered to their questions in any way. Okay, so the next line, it came to his expectations. Expectation means a state of being awaited. In the first place, it was a large and dimly lit. So he was very happy to get inside that particular room. And there was only very dimly lit. No proper light was not there, but just a bit light came. One high window opening on the forbidden garden being its only source of illumination. So what was the source of illumination? A dimly light was there. That also was on a high window opening to the forbidden garden. The windows was towards the forbidden garden. There was window. So that through that window the light was coming. That dimly light was in that particular room. Everywhere that light. Okay. In the second place, it was a storehouse of unimagined treasures. The aunt by assertion was one of those people who think that things spoiled by use and consign them to dust and dump by way of preserving them. The house was rather bare and cheerless, but here and there were wonderful things for eyes to feast on. So consign means hand over or deliver to. Okay, dump means moist. The room was with dump, was with the moist and wet. Bare means uncovered. Okay, so he was very excited to see that there were a lot of things. Who was very excited? Nicholas was very excited to see that there was a lot of things for the eyes to enjoy. He found the lumber room much more better place than the rest of the house. So he found that lumber room was much a better place than the other rooms of the house. The aunt used to dump all the unwanted and unused things in the room to be covered by the dust. So it was, everything was covered by the dust. In which room? In the lumber room. So in the lumber room, all the unwanted things were kept and it was covered by the dust. Okay, the next line, we see that First and foremost, there was a piece of framed tapestry that was evidently meant to be fire screen. To Nicholas, it was a living, breathing story. He sat down on a roll of Indian hangings glowing in wonderful colors beneath a layer of dust and took in all the details of the tapestry picture. A man dressed in hunting costume. What was there? A man dressed in a hunting costume of some remote period had just shot a stag with an arrow. It could not have been difficult shot because the stag was only 1 or 2 paces away from him. This is the picture which is hanged on the wall. He is seeing, Nicholas seeing, getting in that particular room. There were so many things to see. And this particular picture which was hanged on the wall, he is explaining that here. Okay. In the thickly growing vegetation that a picture suggested, it could not have been difficult to creep up to a feeding stag and two spotted dogs that were springing forward to join in the chase and had evidently been trained to heel till the arrow was discharged. That part of the picture was simple, if interesting, but did the huntsman see that what Nicholas saw, that four galloping wolves were coming in his direction through the woods? There might be more than four of them hidden behind the trees. And in any case, would the man and his dogs be able to cope with the four wolves if they made an attack? The man had only 2 arrows left in his quiver, and he might miss with one of both of them, or both of them. All one knew about his skill in shooting was that he could hit a large stag at a ridiculously short range. So Nicholas, what did he see in that a room, in the hanging a picture in the lumber room? Okay, that's explanation of the painting what he saw there. In the lumber room, he saw a painting beneath the layer of the dust. Beneath the layer of the dust lumber room, he saw a painting. What was the painting? The painting was a hunting man. What was the painting? The painting was of a hunting man who was standing far away from the stag. Stag means deer. He was taking an aim and waiting. He was taking an aim and waiting to shoot. Nicholas could see that those were 2 dogs also who were waiting for their master to release the arrow. And with that hunting man who were with them, 2 dogs also were there, and he was going to shoot the stag. Stag means the deer. Nicholas also could see that there were 4 wolves coming towards the hunter's direction. So what was coming towards the hunter's direction? 4 wolves also were coming towards the hunter's direction, about which the hunter was unaware. So hunter did not see, he was unaware of that. Now Nicholas made his opinion. What the opinion Nicholas made by seeing this picture? He made his opinion that the hunter is having only 2 arrows. He is having only 2 arrows. He can kill either or 2 wolves, because 2 wolves or the other. The other 2 wolves could be managed by the dogs. So which one he will kill? The wolves are also there, and he is having all the 2 arrows. Okay. So what it is here written? Nicholas made his opinion that the hunter is having only 2 arrows. He can kill either or 2 wolves, because the other 2 wolves could be managed by the dogs. But if he misses, then he would be in a trouble. If he misses the arrow, he would be really in trouble. The other opinion, he says that he would be a professional in shooting. Professional in shooting. He said that he might be a professional in shooting. Who said it? Nicholas said it. Okay. To kill the stag as well as the wolves. He has to kill the stag also. He has to kill the wolves also. And how many arrows he has? He has only 2 arrows. How he will manage? Who is thinking by seeing a picture which is hanging on the wall? Who is thinking this? Nicholas is. So many thoughts comes to his mind. Okay, that is about the Nicholas sat there for many minutes to find out the possibilities for the man. So he sat there and thinking to find out the possibilities for the man and the dog. How they will save themselves and kill the stag also. So how they will save themselves from kill the hunter want to kill the stag, the deer, and also 2 wolves also are coming, and he had only 2 arrows. So how they will manage with it? So who is going on thinking by seeing the picture? Nicholas is thinking all these thoughts comes to his mind while watching that picture, and he is still in the lumber room. Okay, so we can stop here. You remember the story, read the story, it's very interesting, and also go through the word meanings and try to learn it and understand the chapter by reading the chapter. Thank you students for listening.